More than ever before, the need for a pro smartphone is pretty low in my opinion. That's because regular non-pro phones have become so value-packed, they could do like 95% of what their pro counterparts can do, and two great examples of this is the iPhone 16 and the brand new Google Pixel 9. Both phones arguably offer most of the key features people want in a phone and at price points that are much easier on the wallet. But that begs the question, which of these two is the better buy? Well, I've been using both the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 9 since they were released, so I thought I'd put a comparison review together to specifically answer this question. Hey, it's Jason. I make videos reviewing popular consumer tech items to help ensure that you're as informed as possible before you buy something. Please press the like button if you find this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I get asked all the time where I get the wallpapers for my phones. If you guys want them, be sure to sign up for the JSL newsletter. I send subscribers out new full-res wallpapers every week, as well as links to really good tech deals and other fun articles written by yours truly. It's totally free. The link to subscribe will be in the description down below. So when it comes to physical design, both the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 9 seem to have hit their high point in their respective growth trajectories. The Pixel 9 went through more of a metamorphosis this year as it adopted the now very popular industrial aesthetic with its thicker and flatter frame, sandwiched between two slabs of high-quality glass, and despite this familiarity, as many phones now use this form factor, it's probably the best put-together Pixel device to date. There's a noticeable jump in terms of robustness in the hand, even compared to last year's Pixel 8, and I think Google did a great job with the minor details, ranging from the vibrant color variations and how they even modified this signature camera bar design. Now, the iPhone 16 is kind of on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to this particular form factor because it could be argued that Apple is the one who introduced it to the masses some years ago. So the past 5 iPhones or so have been using this blueprint, making the iPhone 16's design far from being new like the Pixels, but it's definitely the most refined version of itself this go around. Apple continues to use this frosted glass in the back compared to the glossy finish of the Pixel, something that I much prefer as it's way less prone to fingerprints and smudges and just makes for a cleaner, more premium look. The colors offered this year are also a home run for the iPhone 16. This teal variant in particular to me is one of Apple's best, and it may be minor, but I do like how they went with this vertical camera layout. It is a bit cleaner and helps mask the fact that it's essentially using the same design as before. Now, as far as who did it better, there are some design elements that are not shared that can help make that determination. Number one, the iPhone supports MagSafe while the Pixel 9 does not. This is a big deal for me because I do have a lot of MagSafe accessories. This could easily be solved by getting a MagSafe compatible case for the Pixel 9, but it's not something that is inherently part of the Pixel 9 design. The iPhone 16 also has a new camera control button on the side that gives you quick access to the camera app and some camera features. This sounds a lot cooler than it is, but I find this addition to be pretty useless, but it is something that's not on the Pixel. On the other hand, the Pixel 9 has a smaller hole punch cutout on its front display compared to the pill-shaped cutout on the iPhone 16, making it slightly less obtrusive from a viewing experience standpoint. Last thing to mention is that the iPhone 16 does have the new action button now, which can be mapped to a multitude of different functions. This addition I do like and I find value in, and another component that the Pixel 9 does not have. Other than that, both of these phones are quite similar now. They both use premium build materials, they both have rock-solid dust and water resistance ratings, and both are kind of like that Goldilocks size where they're easy to handle while still giving users adequate amount of screen real estate. At the end of the day, if I have to pick a winner, I will give the iPhone the win as it essentially perfected this form factor. I definitely give the win to the Pixel 9 for the most improved since last year, but it's going to be difficult to compete with the OG that introduced this now widely used design, so the first win does go to the iPhone. Hey, before we get into the next part of the comparison, did you guys see this viral clip of this car reversing into the car behind it, trying to make it seem like they got rear-ended? Well, little did they know that the driver in that car had a dash cam running, completely foiling their malicious plans, and man, it very quickly made me realize how important it is to have something like this in your car, and the main reason why I partner with Vantrue as today's video sponsor. Vantrue is an industry leader when it comes to dash cams, and their new Vantrue E360 is probably the most versatile dash cam that I've ever seen. The main unit has a camera on both the front and back, which provides users with full 360-degree coverage with no blind spots. This ensures that you're able to capture everything happening in front of the car while also providing the ability to have the other camera recording what's going on inside the cabin, perfect for those with a lot of kids or those who work in the rideshare industry. The E360 can shoot in 5.2K resolution using multiple different recording modes, including night vision for when you're shooting at night, and you can easily set how long you want each clip to record and how long you want to keep the footage on your memory card, and it includes everything that you need for an easy installation. But my favorite thing about the E360 is that the camera is designed to serve beyond just being a dash cam. It has a really smart design where it can easily detach from the mount in the car and then quickly mount it onto this powered selfie stick to capture video at your destination. The design makes the E360 versatile enough to where you can comfortably use it as a way to capture fun life events and activities and then easily get it back to being your eyes on the road when you're ready to go home. If you guys are interested in learning more about the Vantrue E360, use the links that are in the description down below. Get the peace of mind that you deserve. Check out Vantrue today. Now, when it comes to day-to-day use, both the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 9 perform great as they're both equipped with each respective company's latest mobile chipset. The iPhone 16 has Apple's powerhouse A18 Bionic, while the Pixel has Google's Tensor G4, and though Apple definitely has the lock in terms of raw performance power and reliability, it's really not going to make that much of a difference when it comes to regular day-to-day things. And there are things that the Pixel 9 does better from a user experience standpoint despite not having as much horsepower, prime example of that being the high refresh rate on the screen. With its 120Hz variable refresh rate, it's silky smooth and a pleasure to use, and I'm not going to go as far to say that using the iPhone 16 is a poor experience, but it's disappointing that it still retains a dated 60Hz refresh rate. Now, it does have Dynamic Island, which I think is a great feature that is baked into the software, and with iOS 18 you do have more flexibility with customizing your home screens, but the Pixel is still the phone to go with if control over the software is your jam. Another feature difference is in each phone's biometric security systems. The iPhone uses Apple's tried and true Face ID system, which to me is the best in the business. But the Pixel upgraded to an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner this time that is a lot faster and more accurate, a welcome change from the slower ones they were using before. And when it comes to battery performance, both do an above average job as they can both comfortably get you through a full day of moderate use so long as you start the day on a full charge. And both support both fast charging and wireless charging, which is great to see. So at this day-to-day level, both the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 9 really are quite similar, and most of the differences come down to preference, but I'm going to give the slight win to the Pixel this year, mainly because of the high refresh rate. Yes, I know a lot of people don't care about the 60Hz thing, but considering that virtually every other phone on the planet is offering a high refresh rate now, I think it's appropriate to start docking Apple points for not getting on board at this point. Okay, so we talked day-to-day performance, but we didn't talk camera performance because it is such a key part of the user experience, so it kind of warrants its own section, and generally speaking, both do very well in this category, and a lot of it, again, is going to come down to preference. When it comes to still image photography, the default photos coming out of both phones are solid, they're sharp and vibrant, and you're going to have good color consistency between the main and ultra-wide cameras. The selfies also come out looking good, but I will say that the iPhone 16 does better with their portrait mode compared to the Pixel 9. The Pixel needs to work on the subject separation a bit more. As far as color signature, I think Google has a better out-the-box profile as the pictures come off a bit moodier and stylized compared to the flatter, albeit more accurate photos coming out of the iPhone. However, the iPhone 16 beefed up the filters that you can apply either before or after taking a photo, and with this new edit slider that makes editing pictures so much easier and faster. This gives you so much more flexibility to getting a look that you want, and in that regard, it's a lot more versatile than the Pixel. And when it comes to video, it's no surprise that the default 4K video coming out of the iPhone is better. Apple continues to be the leader in this space. The video coming out of the Pixel isn't bad, but the footage isn't as crisp and natural looking as the footage coming out of the iPhone. All that said, I'm going to give the slight edge to the iPhone 16 in this category, mainly because of the new editing feature and its dominance in video, but this one is close as I said earlier, and it's really going to come down to preference. Okay, so both Google and Apple have gone out of their way this year to convince buyers that the main reason why they should go for their respective phone is because of everyone's favorite thing, AI. And yes, if you're rolling your eyes, believe me, I'm right here with you, but whether you like it or not, both the Pixel 9 and the iPhone 16 do come with a slew of AI features, and here's how they compare with each other. Let's start with the good ones first. With the Pixel 9, you can use Gemini to summarize articles and even YouTube videos, which is surprisingly useful if you're into long-form educational videos like I am. The Pixel also has some pretty unique editing features like being able to reimagine a photo using AI, and its updated Video Boost feature can upgrade a video clip to make it look noticeably better. It also has the Pixel Studio, Google's image generator that's okay, it's kind of gimmicky and more of a parlor trick in my opinion. Now for the iPhone 16, the main AI feature that's available now is the new writing tools. It basically gives you quick response options on text and can rewrite things for you to make them sound a particular way. You also get some new editing options as well, like the erase feature, which competes against Google's Magic Eraser. It can also summarize calls and it tries to summarize notifications, but it doesn't really work that well. And I should note that as of filming this, there's still a lot of promised Apple Intelligence features that haven't been released yet, despite the phone being out for almost 3 months now. Take that as you will. But the main difference between these two from a user experience standpoint is going to be Siri versus Gemini, and to sum it up, Gemini is just so much better in virtually every way. Siri still struggles to go beyond being a very basic virtual assistant, and it pales in comparison to what Gemini is able to provide when it comes to more advanced prompts. Gemini is a lot more conversational as well, and not as robotic and curt as Siri, and it's something that you actively want to engage with. This is a pretty easy win for Google in this category, but don't get me wrong, I still think AI features for regular consumers on any phone or device are more gimmicky than anything else, but when you compare to who did it better between these two, the Pixel 9 wins hands down. So at the end of the day, what really has to be said is a reiteration of what I said at the start of the video. Non-Pro phones really are the way to go. Both the iPhone 16 and the Pixel 9 are extremely capable phones that do almost everything their more expensive Pro brothers can do, and they're clearly the buy for more value-conscious consumers. But if I had to choose which one of these non-Pro phones did better in 2024, to me, the Pixel 9 is the standout star of the year in my book. It could be because it's quite a noticeable jump in quality from just last year, and it's been the most fun phone that I reviewed, which I think says a lot. Now the iPhone 16, don't get me wrong, it's a rock solid phone that will please most of its users, but it's so similar to the iPhones that came before it, and it kind of feels lazy to me in terms of what Apple has brought to the table. The main selling points Apple has harped on to buy this phone have been underwhelming to say the least, and I think it's only worthwhile for those who are upgrading from much older iPhones. But hey, that's just me, and I want to know what you guys think. Which phone do you think is better? The regular iPhone 16 or the regular Pixel 9? Curious to get your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. And in case you guys missed my comparison of the iPhone 16 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro, definitely check it out here. You're not going to want to miss it.